Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. Woo, mercy. It is a cold night up here in South Dakota. It's not really that cold. I mean, it's in the 20s, right? Heat wave for up here. But I'll tell you, I really don't know what to say on this video. I'm going to share my experiences over the last few days running freight out here in the so-called pandemic. You know, during the crisis here, you can definitely see it at some of the retail stores. The crisis was so bad today at the Walmart that they actually opened up aisle 3. Oh, mercy. What was that? I gotta think of the other one somebody told me today. But let's talk about my experiences. And I've said it a couple of times that moving freight across the western part of the country here the last couple of days, man, I felt like I'm kind of driving a truck through a Mad Max movie. There's not that many of us out here. The roads are pretty, traffic's way down. I'm just going to put it that way. And I'll just kind of throw out some numbers. I was trying to get a grip on it today. I would say that the four-wheeler traffic was down by 90%. The truck traffic was well under 50%. And of the 50% of truck traffic that I do see out here, 80 to 90% of it is dry vans and reefers. Very little flatbed activity. It seems like the industrial freight that I see moving on flatbed, step decks, heavy haulers, that type of stuff, has gotten less and less each day. I don't think I saw a single wide load or heavy hauler one today. I saw a big heavy haul last night, but it looked like a piece of equipment that may have been probably ordered 6 months ago. I saw one trailer, a flatbed that was hauling, some utility trailer chassis and axles. So was that ordered a month ago, 2 months ago? I don't know how that freight moves. But I'm going to tell you right now, my experience out here, what I'm seeing on the road, doesn't match our problem. They're telling us the scare of the coronavirus. And the solution doesn't seem to match the problem. And I'm old enough, I've seen a few of these big hysteria scares go through. I've never seen one handled this way before. That they're willing to bankrupt our country over this. It doesn't make sense. And for you intellectual types out there, I will tell you it definitely looks Hegelian to me. For those of you that don't know what that is, why don't you go look up the Hegelian dialectic? Some people pronounce it Hegelian dialectic. But that's what it looks like. If translated to English, the Hegelian dialectic is cause, reaction, solution. You cause a problem, you wait for the people's emotional reaction, and then you hand them a solution. And the solution is what you wanted to bring in the first place. This looks a lot like that. But I'm going to tell you, I don't know what's true, and I don't know what's a lie. And I'm going to tell you right up front, I don't have the answers. And I don't know. I will tell you that I have to go both ways, all right? When dealing with this myself out here, the way I'm going to handle it. And number one, I'm going to keep doing my job, keep hauling this freight. And I'm going to believe the propaganda of what they're telling me. And I'm going to prepare myself according to that. And what I mean by that is using hand sanitizer, using surgical gloves, treating my truck like a clean room, keeping food and water stored on my truck. I'm going to do all those things. But I'm going to tell you that this problem that they're telling us doesn't match with what they're doing. You know, when I drive through cities and towns today, the Walmart's busy. Everybody knows the Walmart's busy, right? But everything else is shut down for the most part. You know, driving through towns, they look kind of like ghost towns. There's not any activity, no people out and about. That could be good and that could be bad. If we really do have a pandemic on our hands, if it's really as bad as what they say it is, then it's a good thing that everybody's going to nip it in the bud by staying home for a week or two. What I don't think people realize, though, is just staying home for 2 weeks. If you shut the nation down for 2 weeks, you collapse the nation. Companies are going to go out. Up. Gary, the trainee extraordinaire, is back. See, now these are the precautions we're talking about. Gary just went inside to take advantage of the nice, were they warm facilities? It was warm? It was oh yeah. You actually got to use a real porcelain bathroom?
I did.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying is we don't know what's true and what's not true. Coming into this rest area that we're in right now, Trucker Path was showing that it was full. There was parking available. A couple of spots. And a little bitty rest area. But the information we got wasn't true. But we're still handling it as if everything is true. We scored at Walmart today. We made a Walmart run this evening. And we scored major. We got hand sanitizer. Woo-woo! Did you ever think that you would be so happy to get a deal of hand sanitizer?
Happy day.
Happy day, right? Now, what I was talking about is kind of like what you heard me and Patty talking on the phone earlier about, is it real or is it a lie? But the problem doesn't match the solution that we're getting out here. I don't understand why they're bankrupting the country over a virus that apparently is less lethal than the regular flu. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I was talking about what we were experiencing out here for the truck traffic. Now Gary is new. You know, this is his first week of trucking out here, hauling loads across the country. But it's like we're running through a ghost town, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, they can't hear you nod your head. You have to speak. The toilet paper pandemic. You know, it reminds me of, I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, they were talking about a virus that was going rampant through the nation, and they told everybody to go out. This was an airborne thing that was going to kill everybody, and you need to go out and buy plastic and duct tape and airtight your house. Were you alive during then? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that.
Well, that was a true thing that happened. But they didn't shut the country down. They just told you to buy plastic and duct tape your house up and make it airtight so air couldn't get in. And if you did all these things, you would survive, right? A lot of us were like, kiss my ass. I mean, come on. But we absolutely don't know if this is real or not. Now, back over 30 years ago, some things that we saw in the world, you heard everybody talking about the conspiracy theories of bringing a one world government and a one world religion and total fascism, going over the world and, control of all that. That's a lot what this looks like. Because if you bankrupt a nation and you put everybody out of work and you bring us down to the level of a third world country, you have a level playing ground to bring on a one world government. That's what you have to do to make that happen. If you want to go into the conspiracy theories and stuff about the elite, you might want to go read what the Georgia Guidestone says on the side of them if you want to go that far with it. But that's what I'm saying. I do not have the information to know if it's real, if it's a lie, if it's a ruse, if it's a Hegelian dialectic that they're playing. I just don't know. I have to keep doing my job as if all the information that I'm being given is true, that I've got a virus out here that's highly contagious. But what I'm also hearing from some of the people, I heard that there's a fellow YouTuber that has a wife with a confirmed case of coronavirus. And I sure would like to talk to him. I would like to know if she was actually tested and how they come up with the diagnosis that she definitely had coronavirus. I don't have enough information on that to know. I know the guy I'm talking about, he's a no bullshit kind of guy. And he's not one to take things at face value. He's not one to just lay down and do what he's told. So, I just don't know. And it just doesn't make sense. The whole thing does not make sense at all. It's kind of like the solution is go out and buy plastic and airtight your house and duct tape it up and you'll survive, right? And the solution we're given here is wash your hands and don't touch your face. You're going to make it.
Buy toilet paper.
Buy toilet paper, right? Oh my God.
If you can find it.
Yeah, the toilet paper thing has got to be the most hilarious thing of them all. And then I heard a story today, are these numbers that they're giving us? And I'm going to kind of talk about what my phone call was earlier. Are the numbers that we're getting, are they real? This person I was talking to was in southern Florida, and it actually talked at a nurse that worked, in this area. They had 3 hospitals. And on the map that we're being shown is showing 3 hospitals in that area. And there's supposedly 1,000 cases of coronavirus in that area. And the nurse that they had talked to said they hadn't seen one single case. So how could a nurse at a hospital where there's only 3 hospitals and supposedly have 1,000 confirmed cases of coronavirus. Hadn't personally seen one. So this is a question I'm asking. I think before we should allow our politicians to close down our country and bankrupt our country and pull us down to a third world nation level, then I think we need some more facts. In other words, instead of just giving me numbers, I want to have names. I want to hear funerals. I want to see obituaries in newspapers. I want to see some facts other than just showing me a map and giving me vague numbers of what's going on. In other words, call me skeptical, but I'm not one to believe things. So on one hand, I've got to keep doing my job as if all the information is real. And on the other side, I've still got to keep my eyes open and an open mind and verify that things are real so that we don't all fall victim to a rouge and lose everything we have over this. What was that joke that guy told us earlier?
Dirty money.
Dirty money, right. Because this is one of the things that I was worried about. I got rid of my cash. I made sure I got rid of all the cash in my pocket so that now I'm just using plastic. Because I know whenever you're doing business or transacting, when it comes to a chemical warfare and a bioagent and all that type of thing, the one that's easiest to transfer a bioweapon is through the money. We all handle it, we touch it, and we pass it from one person to another, right?
Dirty
Money. That's why it's illegal to laundry money.
That's a good one.
Oh my God. Oh, mercy. So, what do we do?
Keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking, right? Keep on doing our job. I've heard things like, I've heard some companies where half of their drivers have gone home and quit moving freight. I don't know if that's true or not, but we sure don't see very many trucks on the road, do we?
Mad Max.
Yeah, just like you said, Mad Max, like it's out of a Mad Max movie. You go on, it's just nuts. But I think we have a real concern here, because if we keep going the way that we're going, I feel that we're going to bankrupt our country, that we're going to go to a third world level. And I think, so there's your cause. You wait for the emotional reaction for the solution for the people, and you hand them a one world government. I could see that playing out that way. On the other hand, might be true, we just shut down for 2 weeks, maybe 3. We nip it in the bud and it all ends, and we go right back to business as usual. I don't know what's true, folks. Here's something that's true. Trucker Nene's video. For all you women truckers out there, you ought to go watch Trucker Nene's video on her request to all women in trucking. You ought to go watch that. I think that's important, don't you?
Very.
Very, very important. But I tell you what, folks, we are going to continue to do our job. We're going to do all our precautions, use our hand sanitizers, use our surgical gloves when we get out of the truck. We're definitely well stocked with food in here. We got enough food on this truck to last us a couple weeks. We got water to last us a couple weeks. We even have dog food. Yes, you bangers. We've got everything you need for weeks. You're taken care of, baby girl. Yeah, you stick with me, you're going through it, I'm telling you. So I don't know what to think, guys. I don't know what the truth is. I sure would like to hear some real names, read some obituaries in paper. In other words, I'd like to have some hard facts. Other than allowing a bunch of criminals bankrupt my country over a well-plotted story. And they say it's global, but I'm hearing the same questions from other people in other nations. Is it real or is it Memorex? You don't know. But for today, we're going to keep trucking. I don't even know. Should I post this video or not? Would you post this video?
I have to hear the whole thing.
Oh, you missed the first half of it?
I was in the bathroom.
You were in there trying to make a baby Texan? That was for you, James Hensley. Just for you, brother. Anyway, you guys have a good night. God bless each and every one of you. Kind of feel like Red Green Show. I should end it by saying, we're all in it together.
Keep your stick on the ice.
And I'm pulling for you. All right. All right, guys. Y'all have a great night. Keep your head about you. Keep your eyes open. Don't take everything at face value. Let's get some facts. I can't give any advice because I don't know nothing. You know, that's a hard thing for me to say out loud. Walt Vandenberg, a.k.a. Recap on YouTube. I don't know a thing. Y'all have a good night. God bless each and every one of you. Remember, you can always change the world, man. All you got to do is be nice to each other. Bye-bye.